make videos when we get out there, so when we come back we can do the proper rehab. Because you look at so many properties, you forget which roof was bad, which one wasn't bad.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the subject property of the month.
Oh, this is the property we bought.
Elton Avenue, and this is the first week of work. So what we have here is a demolition process, and basically just have the guys in here, clean up everything, pull up the carpet, off the floors, off the stairs, back in this area, to the bathroom, so that's knocking down to do. Okay, put on the door, clean it up. This bedroom here, pull the carpet up as well.
Now this property had been sitting for almost 2 years.
Okay, at least we can see what we're dealing with this
It
one.
had about 20, 30 cats and dogs in there.
Okay. Pull down some walls.
I mean, it was one of the worst properties I've been in terms of smell and odor. Okay. We bought this property for $31,000.
Okay.
Right here in Capitol Heights.
What about the kitchen area?
And the guy kept coming back, kept feeding the cat. If you're a patient, and you know, you gotta have a good contractor, you gotta have a solid budget, you gotta stay on timelines. And on this project, we'll end up making like close to $55,000, $60,000 on this project. Okay, but there's a lot of variables that go into it. So today's theme is to, you know, properly locate it. Locate the right property, do the right renovations to it. You'll always sell it. Okay. So when I'm doing a project like that, I'm always keeping the buyer, the end buyer in mind. What kind of buyer is going to buy this? Is it going to be a single female, you know, a husband and wife, kids? You know, you got to keep all that in mind because you want to do the right type of renovations for the right house. Okay. So again, this is just an example of how you can actually make money short term. And the goal here is, you know, we all want to make money, right? But if you get into the wrong deal, you could lose a lot of money real fast too, right? So a lot of these homes, you got to keep in mind, they're like built in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and we all know that the earth shifts, earth moves, the dirt moves. So a lot of times, especially if they're on a hill, you're going to have some foundation issues, right? Because you know, the rain and stuff like that, dirt washes away. So you got to look at the actual foundation of these homes and be very careful with it. I had a buddy of mine that bought a house, okay, got a great deal on it, but the foundation was cracked. He ended up spending almost $25,000 just getting the foundation fixed. Okay, because then when the inspector came out there and the inspector said, look, the foundation is damaged, then that goes in the record. I mean, you being a real estate agent, you know that, right? So then you're not going to be able to sell the house until you get that fixed. So, I mean, right there was his profit. So, you know, locating the property is one thing, but knowing how to do the actual repairs and do the assessment and doing the walkthrough to determine what kind of money you're going to put into it is a totally separate thing, right? So, I mean, nobody wants to lose money here. So the goal is for me to teach you and show you, you know, what are the things you want to look for so you don't make those kind of mistakes. All right? I'm sorry, your name?
Jason.
Jason. Jason. Okay, you want to just take a minute and introduce yourself real quick?
Okay, my name is Jason Schwartz. I'm here to learn more about brickfront properties and I guess how to be a property locator. What things to look for, what things not to look for, what things are important in terms of locating the right property and get the best return on your investment.
Now, do you have background experience in real estate now? Have you done anything?
Well, no, I've been doing a lot of research now.
Okay.
I've just been researching, and I came across this opportunity, so I figured this was a good place to start.
All right, good. Okay. All right, so now we'll talk about, any questions so far? No? All right, so we'll talk about long term. Now, this is the long term hold. This is basically where you're buying a property It could be apartment buildings, it could be shopping centers, it could be where you're just buying something and you're going to hold it for 2 or 3, 4 years. But again, the main ingredient, again, is locating the right property in the right neighborhood. Okay, so you want to, when you buy these type of properties, you want to look at, you know, is the neighborhood good? Is there things happening in the neighborhood? Is the city or the county looking to bring in a new metro station, new shopping center? Is there new things in the horizon that's going to allow the neighborhood to appreciate in value? Okay, so all these things you always want to think about. When you think about long term, you want to think about what's going to happen 2, 3, 4 years from now. So, for example, I bought a property right here in Central Avenue off of Ritchie Road, okay, over there by Yolanda Avenue. I knew 3 years ago that they were going to bring that Walmart down here. You know what I'm talking about, on Ritchie Road? Where the Walmart is with the Chick-fil-A when you're going down 495. Okay, so I knew that back then. So I ended up buying this property, but again, that's a long-term hold, right? So, I mean, they were supposed to have started their shopping center 2, 3 years ago, but they got behind, whatever, but they're doing it now. Okay? So when you look at it, you want to look at the neighborhood, you want to look at what is the city or the county doing, what's happening in the neighborhood. You know, you want to look at what your investment strategy is. I mean, what do you want to do with this property? You just want cash flow? You're going to flip it? What do you want to do to it? All those things have to be analyzed. So we have different spreadsheets and tools that you can use to be able to plug in your numbers and determine, you know, are you happy with the $200 return every month, or you want a $400 return every month? Okay, it goes back to locating the right property at buying it at the right price. So when you do a long-term hold, you want to make sure that you don't buy something where it needs $50,000, $60,000 of renovations. You want to be able to get in there, do a new carpet, do new paint, because the tenants are going to beat it up. Believe me. I mean, especially if you get a Section 8 tenant in there, they're going to get in there and they're going to beat it up. So you want to do enough to the property where it's presentable and you can actually get $300, $400, $500 cash flow out of there. Okay? So this is a great way to build long-term wealth. I got about 30 rental properties now in D.C., Maryland, Virginia. But it took me time to build up to that. You know, and believe me, I've made a lot of mistakes with a lot of tenants. You know, one of the tenants, matter of fact, now is living in one of my condos. She got cancer. Well, I don't want to put her out. You know, she's got no family in the area. She called me around Thanksgiving time and told me what's happening. She hasn't paid me rent for 6 months. Okay? So I'm not saying you should do that, but it's a give and take, right? So with her, you know, she's been a great tenant. So I'm allowing her to live there, but, you know, but now the back rent is up to like $8,000. So eventually you got to go, or you got to find ways to do it. So with her, we try to see if she could try to qualify for Section 8. But when we call PG County, there's a 5-year wait for Section 8 new applicants. So that's not going to be an option. Okay? So we try to work with your tenants and stuff like that. That means the key is with long-term hold, keeping the tenant in the property as long as possible. Because every time a tenant leaves, it's going to cost you an average about $2,500 to replace that tenant. Okay? And you have to get in there, you have to do something. You have to get the carpets clean, you got to paint, you have to advertise, you got to screen the new tenants. You may end up paying mortgage payment out of your pocket for 1 or 2 months until you find a new tenant. So try to keep the tenant in the property as long as possible. Even if you got to go in there, sometimes I'll say, hey, listen, I'm going to come in there. If the tenant says I'm leaving, I'm like, well, what if I come in there and give you a new refrigerator? What if I come there and give you a new stove? What if I come there and paint the house? Right? So it may cost me $1,000, but that's a lot cheaper than having them move out and then bring my guys back in there and clean it up. So you try to work with the tenants, right? Try to give them some incentive to stay there. Okay. All right. So how to actually find these properties? Okay. And that's like the nugget, right? So I'm gonna pass you some information here. Here are some free, I mean, I like free. I'm sure everybody else likes free. Okay, so different free websites and tools that you can actually go to. And keep in mind, the more work you put into this, the more success you're going to have, right? So it's The only thing I can do is give you the information, give you the tools, give you the resources, but you guys actually got to get out there and make it happen, right? So with this particular here, this is a different ways of actually finding, like the motivated sellers, and how to reach out to them, how to get their name, how to get their phone number, how to get their address, how to track them down. Okay, so a lot of these websites are free. There are some websites on here that actually charge, but I mean, if you put some sweat into this thing, you shouldn't have to pay for anything. Okay. So if you just take a minute to go over that. I thought I had more of these.
All the trash they took out so far. Put up the old wash machine, dryer, everything that's not useful, anything that cannot be used, they're taking out, sweeping up, cleaning up.
With your product, so we add backslashes, we add upgraded faucets, lights. We can't do ceiling fans in most houses, unless the ceiling is low. Then we can't do ceiling fans. We had a professional photographer come out and he made the videos and stuff like that here. A lot of times these little cosmetic tile work takes a long time. That's why it costs more. It's decorative, but like all these little pieces, they're like each individual pieces. They're like $20 a piece. So that's a finished basement we did with the wet bar. And we put a kitchen, we put a sink under there for the wine bottles and stuff. And then we do a lot of custom tile work, because that's what people see. That's what pushes their houses and stuff. We sold this house within 5 days.
Wow.
And then we stage. We do a lot of staging, so we stage our homes too, so it looks like a model house. Now when people actually see the functionality, the space, we do a lot of lighting, recessed lights throughout the house. That's the finished basement. And then we stage our bathrooms and stuff. A lot of counter space, a lot of kitchen cabinets, a lot of counter space. Every woman likes a big kitchen. Storage room. Plenty of space for pots and pans and dishes and spices and so forth. Look how shiny the hardwood floors are. Okay, so there's a bedroom right here on the first level. Okay. Closet with the light in it. It's about I think like 11 by 12, 10 by 11 or something like that. And so people don't realize a light in the closet is a huge thing, because sometimes you look at that black t-shirt and it's up in that corner and you ain't got no light. The house, what it looked like, now look at it now. 1104 Alton Avenue, on the market for $169,900. Brand new house, new lights, new floors, new windows, new doors, crown molding. Come on in, we're in the living room. Just gonna try to take a look around. Here's a bathroom right here in the hallway. I'll zoom in a little bit on the bathroom. Okay. Let's Steps going up, 2 bedrooms upstairs and a half a bath, kitchen, open platform. Crown molding, recessed lights,